Hi, I'm Gabby and I'm in the 5th grade.
Hey Gabby, glad to have you here. Have you ever had someone in your family that has died, and if so, who was it?
She was my great grandma and she lived with my grandparents, so I would always see her, and she was the one that took care of me when I was a baby.
Did you have any special connection with her?
I guess we would bond over a language because she was the only one I spoke my language to. So when she died, I stopped speaking my language because everybody else in my family doesn't speak. They know English, but she didn't really know English that well.
Was it hard for you knowing that you wouldn't have anybody to speak Malayalam with?
Kind of, but I was really bad at it, so not really. But I was a little, sad because she was the only one I spoke it to. So when she was gone, it was like,
Yeah. So how did you react when she died?
I was glad because, not glad. I was glad that she didn't have to suffer and she just went. Instead, I was glad that she didn't suffer and she just went peacefully.
If you don't mind me asking, how did she pass away?
She was 93, so my she had a breathing problem, so my grandparents took her to the hospital, and there was I think she just had pneumonia or something. And so then when my grandparents realized that, everybody came and we were just sitting there, and then she was talking and then she fell asleep, so she's just falling asleep. And then my cousin looked at her and was like, is she breathing? And then felt her pulse and she was dead.
What was it like watching her like that? Where she just kind of gently went to sleep?
Yeah, she was literally sleeping. I was glad that she didn't die with pain. She just died.
Yeah.
Peacefully.
Yeah. So what advice would you give to someone who is in the process of losing someone close to them, like a grandparent or a parent or even a friend?
If they died peacefully, actually be glad because they couldn't, they might have died in pain. So if they aren't dying in pain, be glad that they got to go peacefully.
That's great advice. Thank you, Gabby. So now that it's been a while since she died, how are you dealing with her loss?
I'm fine. It's just sometimes kind of feel sad, when my parents would speak Malayalam, and I'm just kind of she was the only one who I've spoken to. I don't want to speak it anymore.
Yeah.
But other than that, I'm fine.
That's great. So we were talking earlier, and you said that you had someone in your life who was suffering, and you were having a hard time with it. Could you tell me a little bit more about it?
He's one of my grandparents' friends, and he can barely walk. He's always in the hospital, so everybody's they feel bad for him that he's still suffering, so they kind of just want him to go than having to keep feeling the pain and suffering.
So how do you feel about watching someone suffer or watching someone be in pain?
I kind of don't know, but I feel bad for them and their family, but I feel good because my great grandma didn't have to die like that, and she just went peacefully.
Yeah. Do you think it would be hard if you were in a situation if your years from now, obviously not now, but if your mom or dad had a really bad illness, what would you do? How do you think you would react if they had something like that?
I guess I'd rather them die peacefully than actually have to suffer.
Yeah. It's hard being a human, isn't it? Well, thank you, Gabby.
You're welcome.